Jai Shri Ram. This is a GRE AWA issue prompt. As we acquire more knowledge, things do not become more comprehensible but more complex and more mysterious. Now, my introduction would be something like this. The speaker's statement is extreme and unreasonable because there are many examples which indicate that with more knowledge, things indeed have become better understood. Full stop. However, there is a grain of truth, or more than a grain of truth, in what the speaker says, and as our knowledge goes on increasing, things do seem to become, at least not all things, some things, do seem to be becoming more and more complex and more mysterious. So next sentence would be, therefore, one cannot take an extreme position that more knowledge actually worsens our understanding, because that would go against the very meaning of the word knowledge. My introduction is over. Now, my first paragraph. Now let us take some examples of things that have actually become more comprehensible and better understood. Full stop. The Holy Bible and the Holy Quran and many other so-called holy books even till date say that the earth is flat. They have not removed those verses, and people were subjected to torture when they questioned it, because that was considered blasphemous. We all know the story of Galileo. Galileo was forced to recant. He was thrown in jail. He was tortured because the Bible states that the earth is flat and the sun is revolving around it. So when Galileo questioned it, he was branded a heretic. And Bruno, another character, was burnt alive because he blasphemously said that the sun is not revolving around the earth, and actually there are multiverses, not just a universe. So he was burnt alive. So here we have a simple example. People thought that the earth was flat because their holy books said so. Science is now telling us, or in fact told us long ago, that that's not the case. The earth is not flat, it is a spheroid, and so that's one example. Now, let's go to the next paragraph. Now in our next paragraph, let us take some more examples of things which have become more comprehensible. Full stop. There was a time when people believed that diseases were caused because gods were angry, or their great god was angry, or evil spirits possessed the people. And I don't want to name the cultures. Don't use the word I, because it would be tautological, because when you are writing it, obviously it is you who is writing. So there is no need to repeat that word I. So, now we know that diseases are caused by microbes, microorganisms, viri, and so on and so forth. So here is yet another example, right, of a mistaken notion and a superstitious belief, which was corrected with increasing knowledge. Now, we have come up with two paragraphs. Now we will go straight into the third paragraph. Now in the third paragraph we will start. Now let us look at some examples which support the speaker's position that actually things become more complex, though our knowledge is increasing. Now let us take the simple state of matter. There was a time that people believed that electrons are particles. Subsequently we had the double slit experiment, which proved that electrons are not just particle, they are a wave too. Right. And then we have classical physics, which tells you that there are 4 states of matter and 4 dimensions to the universe. And your quantum mechanics says something else altogether. It says there are no states of matter because everything is in a state of flux, and there are more than 11 dimensions and multiple universes, in fact multiverses, parallel universes. So At the same time, we understand that both these theories, though incompatible, assist in our daily life. If we talk about space technology, the classical physics becomes important, but when you go to the nano level, quantum mechanics becomes important. Therefore, now anyway, we were told that atom is the basic unit, and then we were told about protons, neutrons, electrons, now quarks and subatomic particles, and mesons, and all kinds of fancy names are coming up, and finally we have the string theory, which says that everything in the universe is made up of small vibrating strings of energy. Full stop. All this simply means that we are still not sure what matter is made up of. Full stop. Now, when we have completed one paragraph where we have clearly explained how actually increasing knowledge has made things more difficult to understand, more mysterious. So you can write one more paragraph. You can talk about outer space. You can talk about the limits of the universe, known universe. There are so many multiverses. We have no idea. We are only guessing. And then spirit. You can also write about science is myopic in the sense that science studies only matter. We all know that when a person dies, something leaves. When an animal dies, something leaves. That something is called consciousness. Some people would call that a soul or the Atma. So, what exactly is the soul? How does it look like? Does a white man have a white soul? Does a black man have a black soul? How heavy? Do animals have souls? Why not? Because they too experience pain. Christianity and Islam would tell you that animals, trees don't have any souls. But Hinduism and Buddhism, Sikhism and Jainism, they say everything has a soul, including stones, which your double slit experiment confirms. So if you know the double slit experiment, write about that. The double slit experiment comes to the conclusion that consciousness is the ultimate reality. Right. So now we have finished writing a wonderful essay, your conclusion. In the conclusion, you can paraphrase the introduction. You will say, in the light of all the examples and explanations given above, we have to accept that there are certain things which become comprehensible as our knowledge increases, but at the same time, there are many things which remain complex and in fact become more complex. Jai Shri Ram.